Hello all, welcome on into your tarot spread for the week ahead. This is for the week of May 11th, 2026. Just happens to be today. And this week I am using a version of the Smith Rider-Waite Tarot deck that belonged to my lovely sister-in-law, Renee. So I am using this in her memory. And I know her energy is going to be present in this reading, and she had a wonderful kindness, sense of humor, and positivity to her, and I appreciate that. And like I said, I have no doubt that will be present in this reading. So let's see what's going on. I had a very busy week last week, busy in a good way, but definitely in a way that tapped my energy. So I'm happy to be home, happy to have some good sleep, happy to be fully present with you all, reading some cards for you. Thank you to everybody who stays present with these readings, who watches, whether you're a first-time watcher, a one-time watcher, or a regular watcher. Shout out to my mom. I appreciate you being here. If what I do resonates with you, if the way I read resonates with you, you can book a personal reading with me by visiting the website in my profile. Or feel free to subscribe, feel free to like, share, comment. All of that is appreciated. I love the light in my house right now. It's really nicely sunny out, and it's coming through the windows in such a lovely way. Normally when I'm later in the day or at different weather, I have to put a light on, but not today. Today is gorgeous. All right, so let's get into this. I feel like that one is one that wants to be seen. And you know what? I think maybe these were sometimes the deck is the wrong way. No, it looks like we're good. So sometimes the deck will be flipped around or turned around the wrong way, and so you're getting a lot of reversed cards only because the deck is turned upside down. And this, I don't think this is it. Maybe it is. Yeah, we've got just as many uprights as we have reversals. There we go. See? Proof. There's an upright. And so because we have a lot of reversals in this, I would say, first and foremost, that this is a week where we are looking inward. We are looking at maybe what our responsibility is in whatever situations we're going through, or changes we can make within ourselves to affect the outcome we want to have. And that it's not necessarily what's being done to us or external circumstances. We're looking very much into our internal circumstances this week, our own experiences of our experiences. And our own internal awareness, internal reflection, and internal processing. So our theme of the week is the Page of Swords reversed. And normally this is a card where there is really a quest for truth, asking of why, and asking of what's true, a very almost studious pursuit of truth. And so again, this could be a deep examination of what is true for you. What's your inner truth? Is there maybe a truth that you haven't wanted to question or wanted to acknowledge, or maybe something you need to rethink and you just haven't wanted to? I think Page of Swords is telling us this is the week for that. This is the week to do that questioning within ourselves. This is the week to question what our truth is and why it is. There's always a sense of why with this card for me, like almost like, I think I've probably said this before, but almost like a toddler, a toddler who keeps asking, but why, but why, but why? You answer, but they keep asking, why, but why is that? And why is that? And why is that? And that's sort of our Page of Swords here. So if you're stuck in some thought patterns, ask yourself why, and then ask yourself why again, and really focus on that with the intent to heal it, release it, process it, and find out maybe who you really are. Get in connection with your authentic self. So that is our theme of the week. For Monday, which is today, we've got the Tower reversed. So internal, maybe everything outside seems okay. Maybe everything outside seems like we're getting along just fine, but maybe there is a little bit of interior turmoil. Maybe there is a little bit of wanting to shake things up. Maybe you need to shake things up. Maybe this questioning that you're doing leads you to shaking things up, to causing change, to being the force of change. None of this is bad. But maybe you're the person that needs to be the force of change and shake other people up, shake up the routines, realizing maybe the way you've been living isn't true to you. So you need to shake that up and make some change. And it can feel a little chaotic when we do that. It can feel a little unsettling within ourselves to do that. But sometimes we need to. Sometimes we need to. And that is our Monday. For Tuesday, we have the Nine of Swords reversed. And I think in general, this card can be, anxiety, nightmares, insomnia, what keeps us up at night, but we've got it reversed. And so whatever this has been going on for you, whatever these thoughts have been, whatever this anxiety, whatever this been causing this lack of sleep, if that applies to you, this questioning and this willing to shake things up and change these patterns is going to help with this. This is a time to heal whatever this is. This is a time to let go of whatever this is and to get that rest you need. We all need good sleep. We all need good rest. So however we go through this questioning here, however we are shaking things up and changing our lives and changing the patterns that we've been stuck in, it's going to help with this. It's going to help us release and process, and this will get better. We'll start to feel a little more relaxed. We'll start to feel a little more balanced. We might not be up at 3 a.m. going over every bad decision we've ever made in our lives, and we've all made bad decisions. It's okay. You're not alone. Really, you're not alone. And I guarantee you the bad decision you've made is probably a bad decision someone else has made. So you're not even alone in the type of bad decision you've made, just so you know. And it's okay to acknowledge that it was a bad decision. Take responsibility for it. Ask yourself why you made that decision in the first place. And then shake it up. Let it go. Get some sleep. For Wednesday, we have the Four of Swords reversed. Yeah, a lot of reversals. I'm happy these upright cards came up because that makes me not question that the deck was backwards. It's a very well-loved deck, and I love to think of Renee using this for her personal readings. And it seems like a very Renee thing to give me a bunch of reversed cards for this. Very playful spirit. So for Wednesday, we have the Four of Swords reversed. And normally this card upright, I feel like the card upright and the card reversed are very similar for this one. And that is just to find deep rest, to find, maybe in this case, because it is reversed, to find like an internal rest, maybe a quieted mind, maybe, that quiet and stillness within yourself that lets you focus on these steps and that really lets you evaluate from a very calm, very focused, very centered mentally place. Maybe a good time to do some meditation. Maybe a good time to do some meditation for this questioning. Maybe a good time to do some meditation for sleeping. All of that, I think, is our Four of Swords energy here. For Thursday, we have the Four of Pentacles reversed, and this is normally a card about holding on to your resources, about, thinking about how much you have, how much you are keeping, how much you are holding on to. There can be a certain amount of selfishness or stinginess in this card. Upright, it might be an Ebenezer Scrooge type of vibe. Reversed, are you holding on too tightly? And why? Why are you holding on too tightly if you are? Can you be more generous? Can you give more? By giving, would you be helping others? By giving, would you be feeling better about yourself? Maybe this is what we need to shake up, is giving these resources. Are we holding on so tightly that we're prohibiting change that needs to be made? Maybe we're holding on so tightly to these things that it is causing causing the mental anguish and things that we need to get rid of, that we need to release, that we need to find this calm. So really, on Thursday, let's investigate why we might be holding on to what we're holding on to, why we might be being selfish or stingy. And it is a Pentacles card, so this can be a card of money, but it can be a card of resources in general. I mean, time, our energy, our time, our emotional support, that is all a resource. Those are all resources. And so think about where maybe you could be a little bit more generous in giving. Think about where maybe you are holding back, or maybe you are being a little selfish or self-centered with how you give. And really, again, ask yourself why. Ask yourself what's true in this situation and how you could maybe be of more service, or how you maybe could give more. And that is our Thursday. We've got 2 4s in a row. Hey. 4s are cards of stability. So there is this willingness or this readiness to be stable here, to find some stability and centering here with both of these cards. And part of the centering and stability here is that you do have enough. You have enough for yourself. You might have more than enough. So you do have enough to give, likely. And you probably are holding back in a way that might seem a little selfish or stingy. And if this doesn't apply to you, if you're like, I am paycheck to paycheck, that's okay. No one is calling you selfish or stingy. If you genuinely need your resources. And we have, for Friday, we have our Page of Cups. And Page of Cups is so whimsical. I kind of love the Knight and the Page of Cups. They're maybe, well, I shouldn't play favorites, but they are kind of my favorites of the Pages and Knights. And the Page of Cups is so, there's just this whimsy and play and imagination and creativity to this card. This really just wanting to have fun. I love that his headdress here looks like a fish, and he's got a fish in the cup, and we have this lovely flowered, wonderfully creative tunic that he has on, and we are really just opening ourselves up to that sense of wonder, that sense of imagination, that daydream sort of a feeling with the Page of Cups. And again, with the Page of Swords, we've got 2 pages working together here, and both are very pages are very questioning, very exploratory, very trying to find everything out. And so we have this page who's a little bit more focused and wanting to know why and really cutting through to the truth. But then we also have this wonderful page balancing that out with this playing and interacting with the world. This is our first upright card this week, so this is this is sort of a coming out of ourselves, or coming out of all of this internal reflection and internal focus, and we're coming out of ourselves in a way that's very playful. So maybe on Friday it's a good day to visit a museum, go to a concert, go dance if that's what you're into. Maybe just draw with your kids at home, or play with some toys with your kids at home. Maybe just take some time to daydream. All of this internal reflection we've been doing. Take some time to daydream or imagine what's the best case scenario for all of this. What's the best possible result for all of this? And really lean into that wonderfully childlike sense of play and imagination on Friday. For Saturday, we have the Five of Wands reversed. Five of Wands has come up a lot with us recently, and I love that it's reversed. So whatever these minor irritations, minor arguments, minor scuffles that we've been getting into, we're ready to internally make peace with it. We're ready to be like, you know what? I'm done. I don't need to be involved with this anymore. This isn't about me. I am ready to see this from a place of separation and detachment. And if all of these people want to keep this up, that's great, but I'm going to move on from it. I think is what we are. We're ready to be done with whatever this is. That's our reversal here for five of wands. And yeah, you can just be like, nope, done. Don't want to hear about it. Done with it. It's not about me anymore. Never was about me. I don't need this in my life. So whatever this energy is, we're ready to be done with it on Saturday. And on Sunday, we have Five of Pentacles. And Five of Pentacles, first and foremost, if you are going through a rough time right now, if you are going through a rough time health-wise, if you are going through a rough time financially, if you are going through a rough time both, in both ways. Five of Pentacles sees you in that. I see you in that. And Five of Pentacles also lets us know that there is help available. There is help available to you. And sadly, sometimes we have to ask for help. I find that when this card comes up, that usually is an underlying message that, we might be sitting and struggling and genuine. This is a card of real struggle. And we all experience different levels of struggle. We all experience struggle in different ways. But this is a card of real struggle. Even if you've sprained your ankle and you're otherwise okay, but you can't complete like your half marathon training or whatever, that is a struggle for you. That is a health struggle, and that's real. But this card lets us know that sometimes when we are in our struggle and we just want someone to come in and swoop in like Superman and take care of everything, that often doesn't happen. And Five of Pentacles lets us know that we often have to be the person who asks for help. Know that the help is there for you. The help is there for you, but you likely have to ask for help. And I'm sorry to be the bearer of that news. Like I said, I understand that when we're bogged down in what we're going through, it can often be hard to reach outside of ourselves or to have to do one more thing of asking for help. But Five of Pentacles wants you to know that you are seen, you are supported, and the help you need is available to you, even if you have to be the one to go out and get it. And so I think it's a very sort of encouraging and reassuring message for Sunday, even though it might not sound like that as I say all of that. But you do have the help. You will get through this. There is sanctuary. There is stability. There is security. There is what you need to get through this, and you will get through this. So again, that is our reading for the week, and this is, again, our first part of our week. We've got a lot of a lot of internal reflection. There are some messages here of really letting go. Once we do the reflection, or once we continue to do the reflection of what's true for us and what we want to focus on and what we want, we can start to shake things up. We can decide how we're going to shake things up. We can process and let go of things that might have been bothering us in a way that lets us release. We can find a true internal center and grounding and focus that really will help us to heal and process and move forward. We have the potential to help others by evaluating how we're using our resources. And we're building in a little time for play. Which I like. Let's really embrace our Page of Cups on Friday, or at any time of the week when you need a little sense of play. And that is our reading for this week. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for watching. Again, I really appreciate likes, comments, shares, subscribe. All of that is appreciated. Thank you all for being here. I look forward to meeting you all here again next week. Have a great week.